Good morning, everyone. Believe me, I do try. I try every which way to somehow be visible in these videos. Yet, I notice myself that when I rewatch the videos, rewatch. W's and V's, okay? In the English language, for me as English as a second language, I can't hear the difference. To this day, I have to really concentrate on saying it right. And so anyway, so watch. Watch videos. Funny, right? Yeah. There always will be a lot of interference per se in my videos. It's just the way it is because spirit world is all around us. And I found that that's not just with me, okay? So I have this gift, this talent to know spirit world per se. Now, well, then, can you just make this a schematic and then, tell us exactly on how, everything works? Yeah, I could. Absolutely could. Yeah. But why would I do that? Just as in the physical world, every individual creates their own world per se. Right? It's the same thing in spirit world. I'd have to give you billions and billions and billions of different scenarios. There are some common themes, yes, okay, but really when it comes down to it, it wouldn't make any difference if I told people, right? Because everyone can experience that on their own. I have Ginger laying on my bed. I'm taking care of another little dog for a few days, and she's just completely out. She can't hear a lick anymore. She's older. She's just completely out. Laying there rolled up in this itty bitty little ball. Oh, beautiful. Anyway, so the deaths that we experienced here in our state of Kentucky are devastating to me after the storm. And one, of course, that's every one of those deaths is someone has left the world of someone or many. One that sticks out is a 2-month-old baby that actually survived the storm, but then the bleeding in the brain wasn't noticed. That wasn't, and it ended up passing away. The interesting thing to me is when it comes to people passing is that they're being taken from this world, right? Not just this world on earth and the physical, but the way we regard the passing of a person into spirit world, they're being taken from our own world, right? From our own environment, where we can hug them, love them, be with them, talk to them, right? Yes. And it's a difficult thing to digest that. Amazingly, most people do as time goes on, right? Yes. There's one thing that I feel is very sad to people who are passing is that we're not really making an effort to be a part of their world now, which we absolutely can be. Yes. It just depends on how willing you are to pay attention on what's going on around you. Yes. Right? Yeah. Anywho, okay, where are my glasses? My glasses who got have been fixed I don't know how many times. Oh, dirty too. I don't like to throw things out that are still good. Oh, right there. Why leave anyone per se behind in your own world because they're not here anymore? Right? Yes? Okay. We're in True Father's book. Oh, gotta get close? No? Okay, I can't see it at all. Our beloved True Father, Reverend Sun Myung Moon. Oh. Of course you have something to say about that. Right here, right there. Right? How many of us miss True Father, per se? Yet, with everything that he has given, together as true parents, is what on his own, together as true parents, as a father, as a husband, as a friend, as a teacher, yes, there's still people still attach themselves. They're still learning from. They're still they're not willing to give up. We're not willing to give up that connection. Well, we can do that with everyone else as well that has left this world. Yes, see? Yeah. All right. And, oh, it just came apart. Oh, I think that's the only pair I have up here that I can see with. We'll make it work. Faith. Please let us cope with the heavenly responsibility like Jesus. And of course, we're going towards Christmas. It seems like Father is making way. Okay, this is the time to have a relationship very closely and renew it again. With whom? Our brother Jesus. Yes? Yeah. Father, please let us consider what the situation of Jesus must have been like when he came alone and died 2,000 years ago, in order to save all the people on this earth, even if he would offer his entire self as a sacrifice, and even if he would collapse, he was concerned, and he calmly received those miserable difficulties, and he even enjoyed going to lonely places. Please let us feel sympathy for that loneliness of Jesus. I've already read this. You want me to read this again? Hey, just a tool here. We know that Jesus did not fight in order to realize a personal goal. Rather, he fought shouldering the heavenly mission of saving the people of the world who have become sinners, and at the same time, he shouldered the mission of leading this world, which was in the realm of death, in the world of heaven, that is, the world of light. It's always amazing to me on how True Father tries to, in his prayers, they're public. He didn't just say them and they were never written down. They are written down for a reason. On how he's trying to explain to us on the reason why certain things are in darkness and can't be a part of heaven. Yes? Because darkness does not survive in light. Once light has infused darkness, it's going to be light. There's going to be light. That is that. When I see the nativity scene, it doesn't matter what time of the year it is. When I see a nativity scene, there's this warmth and awe always that enters my heart. There's something about it. When I see Santa Claus and the reindeer, it's going, okay, it's a fun thing, right? It's a fun thing. That is just, woohoo, yeah, Christmas time, which is a good thing too. But when I see the nativity scene, there is warmth and awe that enters my heart every time. It's a true emotion. As human beings, we operate on a lot of emotions. We just do. Santa Claus and the reindeer, and oh, yeah, it's all kind of around us. But really, when it comes down, that does not give me that warmth and awe that I feel. from a nativity scene. Interesting. So many people just before Christmas passed away in a storm. It just happened. And is it because people weren't willing to go to safety? Where the tornadoes, no one knew where they were going to form. There was a tornado watch. There was a tornado warning. So is it just as it is? And where lies the responsibility per se? Is there a need for that? It's already past. Remember, we point that finger. It's already past. Doesn't matter. Now, going forward, per se, or being in the present, I'm going to include in my Christmas spirit, in my Christmas surroundings, all of those people that passed away so rapidly. 1 second they were here, the next second they were gone. That reminds me of when I believe it was in LA, a shooter on some place where people had congregated, shot about 50 people. 50 some people passed away. And I wandered out into our woods and I found this orchid called Lady's Tresses. Never seen that orchid before. Didn't even know what it was, really. I went home and checked it out. I'm going, oh, it's a wild orchid. And there were, I counted them. I've never seen it before. Had lived here for many, many years, never seen this orchid before. It only blooms every so often. And I went and counted them all. They were just in that one field. There were about 50. So I offered. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, what does this mean? So I offered up one for each family who lost a family member during that awful time. What could I find out there now in the wintertime? I bet you there's something that is sprouting out there, even in the dead of winter per se, still showing that there's life after life. Yes. Okay. I know, such a rough one to understand. We know that Jesus did not. Okay, I already read that. At that time, there was not a single joyful thing in Jesus' entire living environment. Everywhere he went, there was a persecution. And everywhere he went, false accusations blocked his way. But he did not grieve. Even when facing a desperate situation, he never despaired. We know the will for which he endured while watching your dispensation for the sake of a world of hope, and for the sake of the kingdom of heaven of the future. Even though the sons and daughters who are gathered here are at a historical distance of 2,000 years, we must become sons and daughters who are able to artistically communicate with the heart of Jesus of 2,000 years ago and relate to you from a position of taking the heavenly responsibility of heaven. When Easter comes around, that's a really rough time for me. Yeah, so after so many thousands and thousands of years, how can one feel still the sorrow? Well, it's because it's being kept alive. Right? All the movies and this, that, it's being kept alive. Right? For me, it is more the responsibility that Jesus took and tried to take. Some things didn't go the way they were supposed to go according to God's plan at his time. Reminds me of I am a part of this continuation, taking responsibility as well. And the more time goes by every year, when that time comes again of Jesus' death, which some people might say, well, he didn't die, whatever, that's the important part of it all. Supposedly, reindeer, right? They're all female because they. Oh my gosh! Okay. You're trying to prove a fictional character or animal, that's not possible because that's okay. Oh my gosh! It's like, all right. I mean, how does that make sense in any way, right? Santa Claus and the reindeer are not real in the sky, flying through whatever this and that. Okay, Saint Nicholas is and his donkey, but not okay. But here are people trying to prove, well, they were female, they weren't male. Okay? I'm going, oh, this is weird. Okay, stuff like that. When I hear things like that, that cracks me up. God, people, are you realizing what you're saying out there? Yeah. All right. Okay. Not sure what sense does it makes that in per se a fictional action of a sleigh riding through the sky with a bunch of reindeer that have pretty names, this that, and then one wants to, well, they were female, they weren't men. I mean, okay, it, it's a fictional thing that somehow needs to be proven that into nonfiction. You guys get this? Yeah, okay, all right. It cracks me up. All right. Oh my, all right. So, on how Jesus died so many thousands of years ago, how do it's something that we still, it's a rough and a hard thing. But then we got the Easter bunny and the egg. So hey, yeah. But that's when he was resurrected. Oh, right there. Now we're celebrating. Right? Okay. The death of Jesus, very sad. But then we're celebrating every year the resurrection of Jesus. Very happily, excited. I mean, people put on a feast, this, that, and I don't know what. Well, why don't we do that with everyone that passes away? Why don't we do that? Interesting, don't you think? Okay. Responsibility and guilt? Well, I don't know. Still happening to this day? Interesting. All right. And we earnestly hope and desire that you will let us become sons and daughters who cling to your lonely heart and comfort you. Right there. Oh, yeah. Why are we making certain things into such a feast and celebrate it, this, that, yet we're not doing that otherwise with everyone else? Singling Jesus out for having taken responsibility for all these things. True father, the same thing. True mother, the same thing. We need to walk with them. We should be at a point in our lives now, 2,000 years later, where he says, oh, time to take responsibility here. Yeah, yeah. And many do, but not enough. Not enough. If enough people, enough men, enough women would take responsibility, sexual abuse of children would not be happening anymore. Families wouldn't fall apart anymore because one or the other runs away for sexual reasons. Right? Yes? It's the truth, isn't it? The fall, right? The fall plays such a big role in everyone's life, just about. Some, whew, it's amazing how they manage. Right? But they're too, they're kind of in a lonely place with their successes, aren't they? Huh? Yeah. It's interesting when you think about it like that, isn't it? Yes. All right, well, let's read this again. And we earnestly hope and desire that you will let us become sons and daughters who cling to your lonely heart and comfort you in place of all humankind on the earth, and who, appealing to this people and all humankind on the earth, bring them to form their destined relationship with you. We have humbly prayed in the name of the Lord, true parents, Jesus, everyone else out there. Amen. Adieu. Amen. June 12th, 1960. Again, for the blessing. Well, anyway. There's always something to talk about. I could talk and go into and learn from it as well, while I'm giving this and that, because Spirit World just has so much to say. They always have so much to say. Trying to. Okay. If we're just unhappy about things out there, but we're not doing anything about it per se. How do we do things? How do I do anything here? I'm just here. I don't go anywhere. I'm up on top on a mountain. True Father said technology is a great thing. Will be a great thing to teach people. That's what we do. Yes, right? Even if in our own life things aren't always so happy, hunky dory, we'd never give up teaching. We'd never give up teaching. And teach according to what we're capable of, honestly and truthful. Right? Yeah, I said this before. Some people think I brag about, this. Now I just did that thing with my birthday, but this is not. That's not what it is about. The stronger we are, and know that we have contributed in one way or another, and we should be proud of that. We should acknowledge when our parent in heaven, our heavenly parent, true parent, Jesus, says, "You done good," then receive it. I had to learn that as well. I was always giving, and then a friend said, "You have to learn to receive as well. That completes you." Oh, it's true. I learned to do that. Now sometimes I have a feeling that I receive so much that I'm having a hard time keeping up giving. Oh, do you keep score? No. I don't. I don't, because I'm comfortable with myself, right? Yes. Uh, and as I said, this isn't about bragging how well I did or this or that or I don't know what. It's about encouraging others. Know your worth, especially if you're with true parents and have received the blessing, sustained or not, right? And know your worth. Know your worth and teach. Teach from your heart. Teach from your heart to mind. Everyone out there. Everyone. I find that if we acknowledge spirit world around us, it doesn't have to be as, oh, well, I've lived this spirit world all my life. So to me, it's not a big deal. But for some people, when you first get into it, it can be a little hairy. It can be, yeah. it can be a bit overwhelming. But again, there too, if you open that book, read page by page, give yourself time, right? Rather than, what? I want to grab it all at once. That could cause some problems, maybe. Or some things that you then don't understand. Yeah. There's one thing that if you have true give and take, I'll give you this one. If you have true give and take with good spirit world, they will never, never give you something to communicate to others that will disunite them. Never. Then you should beware. Okay. This is a restoration. Now I have to, I'm being asked to restore something there. And you have to be very clear when that happens. It can happen. It happens to me sometimes where then I go, no, no, we're not doing that. But I tell you what, you can sit in this, that, and we're going to do it the right way. How is that? To a spirit. It's amazing to me and how many you can actually, yeah. So there is that. So beware when someone that's open to spirit world tries to, in any form or way, give you a message that is disuniting people, keeping them on a track of wanting to hurt others, discredit others. Okay? Yes? Does that make sense? All right. Oh, God's love and blessing so well. And I will talk to you all another time. Time for the barn. Time for the barn. Time to feed the critters. They're all real quiet out there, just waiting. Yes. I saw an interesting one today where a sheep got caught in that wire, and the guy gets out. Oh, big hefty guy. He had to be. I know how heavy them. They're so heavy. Okay, I dealt with goats. So, but oh my gosh, and the dude. And he goes and he grabs the sheep. Of course, it's just trying to get away. But as soon as the sheep realized that he was there to help, it became completely calm and just let him break her free. And then she still stayed, it was a she, still stayed completely calm until he had hoisted her over the fence. Really amazing to me on how, and I've seen this here as well with animals, when they are hurt, when they're really, that, if they know that I'm trying to help them, they become really calm and just let me do what needs to be done. Isn't that something? Yes. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing to me. Right? Yes. Yeah. I think that when people also realize that they're really get being given something good, they'll listen. They'll stop struggling and they listen. Right? Yeah. That's why. We never give up teaching. You never know, right? Yes. God's love and blessings always. We'll talk to you another time.